In this video, we're going to talk about CoreCard Corporation. The ticker is CCRD. We're going to go through some technical analysis in Google Sheets to see if this is an opportunity or not. CoreCard Corporation, together with subsidiaries, provides technology solutions, processing services to the financial technology and services market in the United States, Europe, and Middle East. The company designs, develops, and markets a suite of software solutions to program managers, accounts receivable businesses, financial institutions, retailers, and processors to manage their credit and debit cards, prepaid cards, private label cards, fleet cards, buy now, pay later programs, loyalty programs, and account receivable and loan transactions. Its software solutions allow companies to offer various types of transacting accounts or card issuing programs, as well as installment and revolving loans, set up and maintain account data, record advances and payments, assesses fees, interest, and other charges, resolve disputes and chargebacks, manage collection of accounts receivable, generate reports, and settle transactions with financial institutions and network schemes. The company was formerly known as Intelligent Systems Corporation and changed its name to CoreCard Corporation in December 2021. It was founded in 1973 and it's headquartered in Norcross, Georgia. You could go to the website, which is corecard.com, CoreCard.com. If we just look at a basic chart here, this is a 1 year chart of CoreCard. This pink line here is the 20-day, and then we have the 50-day and the 200-day. Now you see the 20-day fell below the 50-day right around here in August, but we've been holding this 200-day moving average. But let's take a look in Google Sheets at some more charts and determine if this is a buy or not. Go over to start here at the moving average screener. So we can see this has low beta, which minimizes our risk, right? We want a stock that has alpha and low beta. Our RSI is 41.60. We really want our RSI to be above the 50 line, so we want a 50 or higher, but right around 50, so we'd like to see this break above 50. Our percentage from our previous close right now is 0.63%, so we're down a little bit today. And this is a small cap company, so liquidity could be an issue. So just keep that in mind. It may not be easy to get in and out of this company. It's only 196 million market cap. But we are 2.74% above our 40-week moving average, which is equivalent to the 200-day on a weekly time frame. So we have pulled back to a long-term moving average, and this could be a low-risk entry point for this stock. We have resistance at 27.79, support at 25.64. Let's look at some others. And alpha, we have 61% of alpha on the market. We did fall below our 30-week moving average. We're currently below it at 25.20, but we are still above our 40-week moving average, 2.74%. And if we look at a chart with just the 30-week moving averages, we've held the 30-week moving average ever since this point right here, which was May 9th. We crossed the 30-week, and that was at $20.40. And these numbers right here tell us the 30-week moving average, which is equivalent to the 150-day, is continuing to move up. Right? It's 25.35, 10.17. This week is 25.59, and we're sitting. When we closed on Friday, we were sitting right on that moving average, and now we're a little lower. But there's always gyrations during the week that can create opportunity. If we go to the daily moving averages, we're well below our 21-day, 5.86%. If we look at the 50 RSI, we've been chopping all around it, so we want to see this break above that 50 RSI. If we look at the 21-day here, the percentages that we've been above or below it are, we were as much as 5% below it. But if you look, it's just hung around there because 5% is the most we've been below it since September 5th. So it's hanging around there. It's just consolidating. So it's waiting to do something. Is it going to break to the upside or the downside? I think it's going to break to the upside, but we have to put on a stop losses just in case. If we look at a weekly chart, we can see our 40-week. We've held that for the last year other than right here. We fell below it on April 4th when a lot of stocks were falling around that time. We had some big volume that sold off, but then more big volume came in and pushed it right back up, and it's staying above that 40-week moving average. If we look at all the different moving averages, the 4, 10, 30, and 40-week, we're below the 4, 10, and 30-week, but we're still above our 40-week moving average. If we look at the monthly, you can see we broke out right here around 9/30/2024, September. October, between September and October, we broke out and our long-term moving average, our 12 months, started trending up. And it's finding support at that. Even when it came down here, we're finding support. We were at 1871 on March 31st, 2025. And then at 16, the moving average was 1680, and it bounced right back up. You know, we had 1 week where it bounced back up pretty far from that moving average. Right now it's 2335, and we closed on September 30th at 2692. So we're going to get a new price here for the next month coming up here on Friday, after Friday's close. And we're only 7.9% above that 12-month moving average. If we go over here to the right, we can look and see what the historical percentages were over the last 12 months or so. We've been well above that. If we go all the way back to August 31st, that's when we broke above it. That's when we were below it. But since we've broken above it on September 30th, 2024, we've been well above it, and 7% is the second lowest that we've seen as close to the 12-month moving average. Now we can look at some shorter time frames. We know those are going to be broken down because the stock is not doing well on short-term time frames, but on long-term time frames, this is. However, the 6-month, we did close above that on September 30th, but we are below it right now. So if this stays back above this moving average to close out on Friday, October 31st, this 6-month moving average, that would have to gain 4.53% just to get back above this moving average and close above it for to close out this month. Our 10-month moving average, we're still above that, and it's still trending up slightly. 24, yes, it's still trending up. So actually the only one that's really broken down is the 3-month moving average. If we go over here and we look at the support and resistance, you can see we broke support. So you might want to wait for confirmation to see this come back into 2564. Sometimes you'll break down just below support like you did here, and then it bounces. And that was on October 10th, 2025, and then it bounced all the way to 2730, and then it pulled back and even broke through resistance at 2796. Now we broke support again for a second time in a short period. That's a little concerning. So you may want to wait for this to break back above support at 2564. Let's see what our weekly MACD is doing. This is bearish, but you can see this is a 1-year chart of the weekly MACD. It's gone up and down through the signal line, and it's never been below the 0 line in the last year. So it's finding support at the 0 line. If we look at a 5-year chart, this is a long-term chart. You can see this was as high as $49 to close on the weekly time frame on February 5th, 2021, and we've just pulled way back, but now we are in a nice little uptrend, still trending up on this 40-week moving average. If we look at the Chaikin money flow, we are slightly in distribution, -2, but it came just below that line, so we might want to see that. We're in an uptrend over the last year in our trend channel, and we're pulled right back to the bottom of this trend channel, which is 2481. And we have a bearish MACD. The MACD is below the signal line and below the 0 line. So you may want to wait for confirmation for that to turn up. But right now, this looks like a low risk, high reward entry point for CCRD. That's all I have for you. If that video was helpful, consider hitting the like, subscribe button, and thanks for watching.